I've already done 3 or 4 videos on this, so I'm not gonna do too much talking on this. I'll just mostly let the music play, then I'll say what I need to say. So the way I'm approaching this is to take away the meaning from the song so that you don't have anything to hold on. See, spirituality is more about unloading, removing all the things that we're holding on to, the things that we try to identify with. So in that sense, this is an unloading. It's not like a decoding, it's uncoding. So removing the code. So no programming. Try not to program. So the mind always wants to get meanings from everything so it can feel important. So you want to put everything in a box so you can feel smart. Like, look at what I've accomplished. It's that kind of sense where people want to make everything sophisticated so they can feel like it's a challenge. And that's what music has got to. But already so many people have done all these explorations of meanings and finding meanings and all that. So I'm not going to do that. Today, I'm just going to try and make it as simple as possible. The best teacher is the one who simplifies the complex, the mysterious stuff. So somebody who makes something simple mysterious is not really a good teacher. It's somebody who's, trying to indoctrinate you, trying to make you into an identity. So this is not for the Kendrick fans or the Drake fans. Look, I'm sure Kendrick and Drake have their own fans in their house blowing air at them. So anyway, we're gonna get into this and let's do it. I see dead people. Nah, I'm just playing, man. I'm gonna go all the way back. Alright, we're gonna get to it, but probably in part 2. Let's get started from the start. Alright.
I'm in Poland like the Pope. I'm a Muslim on Pope. I'm Machiavelli's offspring. I'm the king of New York, king of the coast. One hand, I juggle them both. The juggernauts, I lay your juggler. You take me for jokes. Live in the basement, church pews and funeral faces. Cartier bracelets for my women friends. I'm in Vegas. Who the fuck y'all thought it's supposed to be? If Phil Jackson came back, still no coaching me. I'm uncoachable. I'm unsociable. Fuck y'all clubs. Fuck y'all pictures. Show Instagram, get got all these nuts.
Yeah. So basically saying I'm essential. I'm better than everybody. I dominate. I'm not interested in the publicity or narrative. Look, this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm imagining myself like it's the year 2040 and my grandson comes to me, Guka, what was the biggest conflict of 2024? And I'll be like, well, there was something happening in the Middle East. But the biggest conflict that was covered the most was Kendrick versus Drake. Oh, Grandpa, what was that about? Well, it was people throwing words at each other, trying to make each other feel bad. Basically. Or trying to make each other look bad. Alright. So, don't ask me why the future people look blue or why they, call their grandfather Guka. Oh, why they shake their head when they're talking. It's the future, man. I don't know what happened. Maybe some guy took over the internet and programmed people to be like that. Or programmed life to be like that. Anyway, let's get back to this. So, control. We're starting with control. If you ain't know, I'm sure most people know anyway.
I heard the barbershops being great debates all the time about who's the best MC, Kendrick, Jigga, and Nas. Eminem, Andre 3000, the rest of y'all. New niggas, just new niggas, don't get involved. And I ain't rocking no more designer shit. White tees and Nike Cortez, this red Corvette synonymous. I'm usually homeboys with the same niggas I'm rhyming with. But this is hip hop, and new niggas should know what time it is. And that goes for Jermaine Cole, Big Crit, Wale. Pusha T, Meek Mills, A$AP Rocky, Drake, Big Sean, Jay Electron, Tyler McMillan. I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you niggas. Trying to make sure your core fans never heard of you niggas. They don't want to hear not one more now, no further from you niggas. What is competition? I'm trying to raise the bar high. Who's trying to jump and get it? You're better off to the sky dive out the exit window with 5 G5s with $5 grand with your...
So again, I'm the best. I want everyone to listen to me. I want to do this so well that I'm the only one relevant. Everyone else should just give up. That's what he's saying in a simple way. All right. So now we go to January 28th, J. Cole.
Yeah, I said son, this is New York's finest. For 11 winters straight, I took on New York's climate. Like, show me New York's ladder. I'll climb it and set the bar so high that you gotta get Obama to force the Air Force to find it. Never mind it, they never reach that.
Yeah. So, only for New York, I am good, too good for everyone else. Don't bother trying to be as good as me. All right. Now we go to the BET Cypher.
Yeah, and nothing been the same since they dropped control and cut the sense of the rapper back in his pajama clothes. Ha ha, jokes on you, high five. I'm bulletproof.
You can be emotional all you want. Nothing gonna touch me. I'm not affected by anything you're doing. That's what he's saying. So, people getting emotional, I don't care. All right. And now we get to 2023 First Person Shooter. Yeah. This is when it starts getting, you know, more heavy. All right. So in this, like, I'm going to try not to make a statement on anybody. So I'm trying to talk to somebody who doesn't know any of these people. So it's not like I'm going to say anything personal about Drake or Kendrick. It's just looking at it from a neutral perspective. You know, somebody who doesn't know. Just basically, you know, what's happening, what are they saying? That's it. I'm not going to go too deep into, you know, Drake this, Kendrick that. Not here to judge. I'm here just to simplify. All right, let's dig in.
First person shooter mode. We turning your son to a funeral. To them niggas that say they want office, you better be talking about working in cubicles. Yeah, them boys had that lot, but I knew the code. Lot of niggas debating my numero. Not the 3, not the 2, I'm the UNO.
Who to go? Who to go? Who to go? Who you bitches really rooting for? Like a kid that had bad from January to November, nigga. It's just one call.
Yeah, what they're saying is, we're the greatest. You might want someone else to win, but we're the greatest. We're the best. It goes on.
Niggas so thirsty to put me in beef. Dissecting my words and start looking too deep. I look at the tweets and start sucking my teeth. I'm letting it rock cause I love the mystique. I still wanna give me a song where I be. Can love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K Dot, is it Aubrey or me? We the big 3 like we started a league. But right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. Yeah, Muhammad Ali, the one that they calling this shit ain't connected no more. Feel like I got a job in IT. Rhyming with me is the biggest mistake. The Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake. It's like we recruited your homies to be Demon D cause we got him a titty and break. Hey, how the gang got away from the bars and this shit like a prison escape. Everybody steppers with fucking and everybody breakfast and I'm about to clean up my plate.
So, we're the best. People want us to fight. I'm the best. I got the best sayings. I'm better than anyone who wants to challenge me. That's pretty much it. Like that. All right.
POT, the money, power, respect. The last one is better.
Yeah. Money, power, respect. But he's saying money and power is not that good in this context, is what he's saying. So, respect. Should you ever demand respect? Respect, as Osho says, is like to re-look at something. Spect like as in spectacle. Like re-examine something. So it's not like an honor thing, a status thing. You know, it's kind of reviewing something and seeing what's its value. Respect. So it has to be earned in a way. But, you know, let's go.
Fuck sneak this and first person shooter. I hope they came with 3 switches. The fuck the big 3. Nigga, it's just big me. Nigga, boom. I'm really like that. And your best work is a life pack. Nigga, Prince out here like Jack. Nigga, boom. For all your dogs getting buried. That's a K with all these 9s. You gon' see Pet Cemetery, nigga.
Basically, no one is as good as me. And the best work is easy work for me. You know, I don't have to try to do what they do. It's easy. I can do what they do very easily. You know? So, that's it. That's what he's saying. And now, 7-minute drill. We know the story, so I'm not gonna get into it.
I was trailing right behind and I just now hit mine. Now I'm front of the line with a comfortable lead. How ironic, so I got it. Now he wants something with me. When he caught me at the perfect time, jump up and see why I got here off of bars, not no controversy. Funny thing about it, bitch, I don't even want the prestige. Fuck the Grammys, cause them cracks ain't never done nothing for me.
I just became the best, and now people want to fight me. I am the best with words. I don't care about the publicity or narrative. I deserve this. I've earned this. Don't try and take it from me.
Get a nigga stretched if I feel the disrespect. Your arms might be too short to box with the God who live his life without the pressures of a constant facade. I pray for peace, but if a nigga sees these positive vibes, text flooded with the hunger for a toxic reply. I'm hesitant, I love my brother, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm powered up for real, that shit would feel like swatting a fly. This is merely a warning shot. The back niggas down. I'm fully loaded, nigga. I can drop 2 classics right now.
So, respect me. Respect comes back again. You're short. I'm too good for this, but I'm ready to fight. You haven't done enough, and I have too much. That's what he's saying. I got more than you. All right? So, you haven't done as much as me. All right. Now we move on to push-ups. All right.
Never be nobody #1 fan. Won't never take no chain off of us. How the fuck you big stepping with a size 7 man's on? This the part with the fight, nigga. What's up?
Yeah. So I'm not cheering for anyone to win. I'm nobody's fan. I'm not blowing any air to anyone. You don't scare me because you're too short. So you can talk all you want, but you can't do nothing to me. All right. Back to it.
Extortion, baby, hope for red, you been shook up. This top tone you drop it, give me 50 like some push-ups. Hood, your last one brick, you really not on shit. They make excuses for you cause they hate to see me lit. Pull your contract cause we gotta see the split. The way you doing splits, bitch, your pants might rip. You better do that motherfucking show inside the bitty. Maroon 5 need a verse, you better make it witty. Then we need a verse for the Swifties.
All right. So basically, you do bad business, you are being taken advantage of. So you're being exploited.
Pip squeak, pipe down, you ain't in no big breeze. Scissor got you white down, Travis got you white down, Savage got you white down. Like your label, boy, you in the scope right now. And you gon' feel the aftermath of what I write down. I'm at the top of the mountain, so you tight now. Just to have this talk, put your ass, I had to hike down. Big difference between Mike then and Mike now. What the fuck is this, a 20v1, nigga?
Yeah. So don't talk because you're not on my level. My words are more hurtful. They're gonna hurt more than your words. I'm bigger than you.
What's a prince to a king? He a son, nigga. Get more love in a city that you born, nigga.
Nobody loves you more than me. I get more recognition than you. People listen to me more. Basically.
Bitch, I'll shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga.
Yeah. So this was a big thing. Then Metro made BBL Drizzy. So yeah, some drums. I wanted to stop here because for me, I feel like the creativity in hip hop is not limited to the words. I mean, the words are not so creative because we've made thinking so important. If you give people the tools, if people have the tools to pay attention to life, words are not necessary. Because by paying attention to life, you know what to do. Let me simplify. When I say words, I mean the meanings of words. Words are just sounds, but when we give it meaning, which is made up in the head, we feel like the words are deep when they're not really. It's just sounds we are making. And then we start thinking like what people are saying is profound or deep.
Do for bitches, he doing for niggas. Hugs and kisses, man, don't tell me about no switches. I be rocking every fucking chain I own, and it's busy.
You doing things without getting the benefits, sexual benefits. Like you're doing things for men. We're doing things for women because they give us something.
I don't care what Cole think that dot shit was weak as fuck. Nigga call it top to see the top, wanna piece it up. Top, wanna piece it up. Top, wanna piece it up. Nah, pussy, now you on your own when you speaking. This ain't even everything I know the way you beaming up.
I'm not scared. You're not ready for this. No more peace deals. Let's fight with words. That's what it's saying. Alright. Tailor-made.
Kendrick, we need ya. The West Coast savior. Ain't great in your name and some hip hop history. If you deal with this viciously, you seem a little nervous about all the publicity. Fuck this Canadian light skin doc. We need to know the baby West Coast victory, man. Call him a bitch for me. Talk about him like a young girl, that's a kid for me. Heard it on the Button podcast, it's gotta be true. They told me the spirit of Machiavelli is alive. And the nigga under 5'5", so it's gotta be you. Gems off for real thugs, you gotta be you. Gotta leave this motherfucker broken and bruised before we really lose. You ask for the smoke, that's it, you too busy for the smoke.
You're our savior. Hurt him for me. Make him feel pain for me. You're not scared, right? Go and say some things about him that will hurt his reputation and diminish his recognition. Something like that. You're not scared to say bad things about him, right? Right? So that's what he's saying. Oh, Drake is making Tupac say. Using somebody's voice or whatever. They always say like imitation is the best form of flattery. Like Kendrick used Tupac on his album at some point, but not gonna get into it. Basically, the controversy is that you making somebody say something they will not say. How do we know? And this is the AI thing. So it's words, but we give it so much meaning. That's why it's like such a big deal. Like say, there used to be a saying, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never touch me. But now, this is about words. And I get it. Because hip hop is that kind of environment where words are weapons. So, yeah, somehow, but I don't know why anyone will choose to give meaning to somebody or something, to sound. Somebody's making sounds, but you choose to give it some meaning so that you can feel bad. Anyway, just keep going.
Yes, yo. What the fuck you really got to do? Passed you the torch at the House of Blues, and now you got to do some dirty work. You know how to move, right? Right? I know you've never been to jail or with jumpsuits and shower shoots. Never shot nobody, never stabbed nobody. Never did nothing violent to no one. It's the homies that empower you. But still, you gotta show this fucking aisles. Who's boss on the West? Now's the time to really make a power move. Cause right now, it's looking like you're writing out the game plan for how to lose.
Yeah. Act like a criminal, even if you have never been convicted. Talk like a criminal. Don't lose. Embarrass him. Make him look bad. Alright. Yeah.
The first one really only took me an hour or two. The next one is really about to bring out the coward in you. But now we gotta wait a fucking week, cause Taylor Swift is your new top. And if you about to drop, she gotta update your tone change a little. You not as enthused. How are you not in the booth? It feel like you kinda removed. You trying to let this shit die down. Nah. Not this time, nigga. You following through. I guess you need another week to figure out how to improve. What the fuck is taking so long? We waiting on you.
Yeah. Hurry up and fight me with words. This is too easy for me. Alright.
Yeah, shout out to Taylor Swift. Biggest gangster in the music game right now. I moved my album when she dropped. I said that already. She got gonna do a Millie Rock on your head top. She got the whole PG Lang on music. Like got Beyonce challenge up. It's quiet for the weekend. I know you in that NY apartment you struggling right now. I know it. And the notepad doing lyrical gymnastics, my boy. You better have a motherfucking quintuple entendre on that shit. Some shit I don't even understand. Shit better be crazy. We waiting on you.
Yeah. You're struggling to write clever and degrading lines, and you're scared of this girl because she is the new boss in town. She sells more. Yeah. So you have to wait for her before you can release anything. You can say anything, because if you say something while she's saying something, people might not listen to it. And I'm scared of her. Okay, back to this. Euphoria. Firstly, supposed to be a feeling of high elation. And what is said on the spiritual path is that you should never get carried away in these feelings. Try and stay present and watchful. Whatever feeling comes, you should be watchful of it. Don't get carried away. So let's get into Euphoria.
Euphoria. Superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling. You're moving just like a degenerate. Every antic is feeling distasteful. Why calculate you not as calculated? I can even predict your angle.
So you're acting like a lowlife who is mentally disturbed. So easily predictable. That's the thing. Someone who is mentally disturbed is very reactionary. He's always reacting. They're always reacting. So it's easy to predict what is going to provoke them. You know, they say having thin skin, like being affected by everything. Somebody can control how you feel just by saying something. All right.
You're not a rap artist, you're a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Tommy Hilfiger stood out, but FUBU never had been your collection. I make music that electrify 'em. You make music that pacify.
Again, low life, low energy. You don't relate to the culture, you don't energize people. Basically, you don't inspire.
Too, but don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truth about you.
Yeah. So we're gonna deal with the idea of truth a fair bit. After from now on, like from this stage on, like we're gonna deal with it because it comes up now and then. What is true? What is not true? So whatever happens is a fact. Truth is beyond happening, action. In the spiritual path, we say truth is whether it's known or it's not known, it's there. Like your nature as life is truth. You being human is a fact. You being a man or woman is a fact. You being born is a fact. You exist. Your existence is not a fact, but your existence as this or that is a fact because it can be verified. All right, so truth and lies, you know? Okay, not a moral thing for me. You know, in yoga, we say nothing is good or bad, it's just right or wrong. It depends on what works and what doesn't work. If it works, it's right. Doesn't work, it's wrong. Most of the time you don't know what will work and what will not work. So even doing the wrong thing sometimes can get the right results. So let's get on.
I might do a show a day. What's a name? Always a lame. Oh, you got the money, the power, fame will make you go away.
Yeah, you know, cool, you're lame. So that's it.
Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play. Have you ever watch your enemy down like with a poker face? Have you ever paid 500,000 like to an open case? But I have, and I failed at both, but I came out straight.
So yeah, I've done some crazy things and failed, but it didn't affect me. I'm still okay. That's it. Well, have you ever done this or that? I have. And I'm okay. Even though I didn't succeed. Basically. So, very straightforward.
I hate when I rap or talk about guns, then somebody die, they turn into nuns, then I hop online, like pray for my city, he faking for likes and digital hugs. His daddy a killer, he wanna be junior, they must have forgot the shit that they done, the mention must run in his family, but that get shaky. I park your son, the very first time I shot with Drake, the homie that told me to aim it this way, I didn't point down enough. Today I show you I learned from those mistakes.
Yeah. So, I hate people who glorify violence, but are surprised when it becomes violent. I'm going to make sure I do it right this time. I'll do the violence the way it should happen so that it has the right effect. The successful, the balance is the one which is effective. You know, that's it.
Cut the finish, got shit twisted. What is it, the brains?
Yeah, getting things twisted. So it's not friendly. This is not a friendly place, business. So don't expect me to be nice to you.
I hurt your feelings, you don't work with me no more. Okay.
You getting emotional. You don't want to be friends. You don't want to work with me.
There's 3 ghosts left, and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love her to death, and in 8 bars I'll explain that phrase. Cole and Knock, you know I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melon.
Yeah. We are all great. The 3 of us are great. And if they are not my friends, I will kill them. So the question is friendship conditional? I always feel like, for me, friendship is the one thing which should never be conditional. You know, you support each other. If you get support, it's great. But don't expect the support. Because if it's conditional, then what kind of friendship is it? Alright. So,
We ain't gotta get personal, this a friendly phase. You should keep it that way. I know some shit about niggas that make gonna wanna look like a say. This ain't been about critics, not about gimmicks, not about who the greatest. It's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress.
we can do a friendly fight. I hate everything about you. I have understand why people hate. But there's a whole thing, when it comes to right or wrong, what is the thing that works? It's not like you hate something, is that what works? Like, there's a way of walking, there's a way of sitting, there's a way of sleeping, which is good for the body and also good for the mind. So there is that. But hate is something you feel and then you want it to be painful for somebody else. All right? So, anyway.
He hate the bitches you fuck, cause they confuse themselves with real women. Then notice I said we, it's not just me, I'm with the culture feeling.
Yeah. You like fake women. You associate with fake women. And I'm speaking for the people who identify with the culture. Basically saying the women you're with are not real women. And this is the philosophy of the world. It's always trying to have an explanation for everything, like real niggas, real women, real men. What does it mean to be a real this or that? What's the qualification? So this is where always it feels like there's a judgment, like us versus them. Religion has always been a big part of this. We are good, you're bad. If you say someone is bad, it means you're saying like you're good. So it's a judgment. And this is where the ego comes in.
How many more fairy tale stories about your life till we had enough? How many more black features till you finally feel that you're black enough?
Yeah. So you keep making things up. You're trying to feel black. This is an art. You're making up things. Being authentic. We can be imaginative, like movies are always imaginative. And this is where the creativity, but in hip hop it's like you have to speak about yourself personally. You have to be real. You have to say only things which are true or factual, trying to feel black. Like, again, we get back into the philosophy. Like, there's an identity. And if you're black, you should act like this or that. If you're real, you should act like this, like that. That's where a lot of the conditioning comes, because everybody wants to belong to some identity, one identity or the other, trying to fit into an identity. And, moving away from their true nature. So dividing themselves more and more. It's easier for survival, when you're in a group which has some power in the world, or like in a certain community. You want to feel like you belong. That's why I know, like, people will not want to watch this video, because I'm not trying to get a following. I'm not trying to do any hot takes, like putting myself in any group, making any kind of calls like this person won, this person is good, this person bad, whatever. Just trying to question things. Let's get.
Like Drake with the melodies. Sound like Drake when he act tough.
Don't act tough. Just write some melodies. Make some nice music for me to dance to.
This
Alright.
one like the last one. It's a classic. You don't have one. Let your core audience stomach that. Didn't tell them when you get your ass from.
Yeah. So people love my music. You don't have music which will be loved for long, which means classic. The word classic means for classy people. That's what it comes from. People of class, people who have class. So music which will be remembered for a long time because it has class. All right.
For the year, you better walk around like Daft Punk. Remember? Hey, Top Dog, who the fuck they think they playing with? Extortion my middle name as soon as you jump off of that plane, bitch.
I'll explode you.
I'm allergic to the lame shit. Only you like being famous. Yanni can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a fuck about who you hang with.
Yeah. So you're not cool. You're trying to be cool and famous, but you're not cool. You're lame.
Best surprise you wanted that feature request. You know that we got some shit to address.
You want to work with me, but you have issues with me. All right.
I hate when you say the word nigga, but that's just me, I guess. Some shit just cringeworthy. You ain't even gotta be deep, I guess.
You don't sound black when you say this word. So it has some different meaning because you're saying it like a white person.
Still love when you see success. Everything with me is blessed. Keep making me dance, waving my hand, and it won't be no threat.
So make fun music and don't talk tough. Don't talk violence. And I will not threaten you with violent words. I will not say bad things about you.
They call you the boy, but where's the man? Cause I ain't seen him yet. Matter of fact, I ain't even bleed him yet. Can I bleed him?
Yeah. So you're immature. You act childish. This is the thing. The wise people say, don't argue with fools, because from a distance people can tell who is who. So you going back and forth with somebody who's childish, calling each other names. What does that say about you? How do you look? All right.
When I see you stand by sexy red, I believe you see two bad bitches. I believe you don't like women. It's real competition. You want to pop ass with them.
Yeah. You act as a sexualized woman. This is the culture that women who are sexualized always used, or like the image is used in a lot of the visuals. But somehow also people want to act moral. Like, a sexualized woman is like looked down on. Yet they're glorified. It's just my perspective. And also at the same time, men are glorified for having more women, and especially sexualized women. Even the women in the culture, they mostly play to the sexualization of themselves. So it's just my perspective.
Why would I call around trying to get dirt on niggas? Y'all think my life is rap? This whole shit, I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that. Waking them up, know nothing about that. They tell them to pray, know nothing about that. They giving them tools to walk through life like day by day, know nothing about that. Teaching them morals, integrity, discipline. Listen, man, you don't know nothing about that. Speaking the truth and consider what God's considering, you don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, you don't know anything about being moral, being ethical, being a good father, and raising your kids. See, I'll let Sadhguru talk about raising kids.
First thing we need to understand is children only come through you, they're not your property. If you treat them as your property or your future investment, there will be a price. Stop parenting them. What they need is some good company, not a bloody boss walking around in the house. When you were growing up, did you like it? Being talked down to? And they don't listen to what rubbish you say, they're observing what you do and how you are, isn't it? So if you want to raise children, please raise yourself.
Ain't 20v1, it's 1v20 if I got smack niggas that right with you. Yeah, bring them out too, I clear them out too. Tell Bean that he better stay right with you. And my battling go so I get
You don't write your own songs, so you're getting a lot of help. I'm fighting you and your writers together. So, a lot of opinions are there. For me, rap is entertainment. Entertainment means pretending, acting. So when it comes to acting, if you want to get something out there to entertain people, if it's about entertainment, why does it matter who's writing? But if it's about life lessons, then okay, you should speak on it according to your own experience or according to how you understand life. I don't understand why people make such a big deal out of using other people's words or expressions, you know? His creativity is like, if he has to be creative, like words, for me, words are not that creative. Sounds are creative, but words, I don't see much creativity in words. Across everywhere, there's so many people who have writers. I don't know where the rules come from, but where people used to talk about their life and all of this and that. So they're like, how are you talking about your life when people are writing for you? Well, we still get people like Dr. Dre. He's accepted, you know? This from the start has been like that. So many musicians have had many writers, but still considered as some of the greatest. Is entertainment, you know? It's about expression. Not everyone has to speak about their life and inspire people, I guess. For me, that's the way I look at it. There's people who just want to have fun with it. But, there's some other people are very serious about it. Get carried away. Euphoria. All right.
Yeah, all these old niggas is dick riders. Tell them run to America to imitate heritage. They can't imitate this violence.
Normally, imitation is seen as the best form of flattery. But violence, they can't imitate. I mean, many countries have imitated American street violence. So many gangs have formed around the world just from observing what American music, hip hop, is like. I know people who have been affected in places like Egypt because of listening to hip hop. They call themselves the Lost Boys and something else, based on hip hop. So you can't imitate the violence. I feel like that's the biggest thing that people imitate. The heritage. That, I don't think you can imitate heritage. Heritage is like you inherit. Anyway, let me not get into the meanings, but trying to neutralize the meanings, like just question it. Let's move on. Yeah. So you can't imitate heritage, but you can imitate what it represents or how it's what is like there now, like what it has come to be. So language mostly come from the heritage of slavery, and that can be imitated, and the way that is expressed can be imitated. The dressing, the talking, that can be imitated. So basically, this part.
Don't speak on the family, Crody. You can get deep in the family, Crody. Talk about me and my family, Crody. Someone go bleed in your family, Crody. I be a New Hall King eating fried rice with the dip sauce and blammy, Crody. Carry your cheese and farm. Nobody never took my food. Whoever that's fucking with them, fuck you niggas and fuck the industry too. If you take it there, I'm taking it further. That's something you don't want to do.
Yeah. So don't talk about family or I will make my words more nasty. I don't care what anyone says. So people in the industry will want to say something, but I don't care. I'll say more nasty words. I'll say nasty things about you. Then we get to the last line of the song.
We don't wanna hear you say nigga no more. We don't wanna hear you say nigga no more.
Yeah, so don't use this word anymore. Now, 616 in LA. Let's get it.
It's survival. I think somebody lying. Smell somebody lying. I don't see no fire.
Yeah. Nothing's happening. I don't feel anything.
Trifecta, money, morals, and culture. That's my leisure, my vocal regions. Only God can teleport the type of freedom. God, my confession is yours. But who am I if I don't go to war? There's opportunity when living with loss. I discover myself and not far short.
Luckily, I'm free because I have the pleasure of money, morals, and culture. Firstly, pleasure. Can pleasure really give you freedom? Because the more pleasure you have, the more you want. So how much freedom is there? Why would God choose to give you pleasure? Because pleasure takes you away from nature, where we consider God. So let's look at this first. Money. Jesus himself said, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to go into heaven. Somebody who has money, it's much harder for them to find true joyfulness because they're always wanting more and more. It's the trap. In the perspective of spirituality, it's always about not accumulating wealth. All right, and then morals. Morals is like a big story in this exploration because a lot of the time, morals and religion, the more you try not to do something, the way the mind works is that if you say sex is wrong, that's all you think about. So whatever you can teach will never bring freedom. Only if you become closer to your nature, there's freedom. Because the nature of life is freedom. Like, there's no resistance. The more you resist, the seeking pleasure means you're in some resistance. You're suffering. That's why you seek pleasure. So you seek pleasure in morals, trying to do good, trying to be good. You get pleasure from that. Culture is the same. In terms of what we do today becomes tomorrow's culture. But what worked today will not work tomorrow. So, seeking culture, in some sense, can bring you some comfort, some pleasure. But freedom, I'm not so sure. Some cultures are more scientific, which is helpful in bringing freedom. But most cultures are about giving you an identity, like hip-hop culture, in a way, or black culture, whichever culture, is more binding than freeing. You're bound to something. All right. So he's saying he has to be fight. And he finds himself more the more he fights. Which, this is the way, like, in terms of life, the more you go through things, the more you find out about yourself. The more you try to avoid going through stuff like pain, suffering. If you try to avoid suffering, then you can you also avoid growth. Let's go on.
3 angels watching me all the time. Put my children to sleep when I pray and close my eyes. Definition of peace. Tell me who gon' stop me. I come from love.
It comes from love. So no one can take his peace. Definition of peace. You cannot sleep unless you're peaceful. This is the basis of like sleep is that if you're disturbed, it makes it very hard to sleep. Now, come from love. Who's gonna stop me? Yes, if you come from a place of love, if you're loving, no one can stop you because you have no conditions. Like you're not expecting anything. You don't need anything to feel good because you already feel good. Then we move on.
The industry's cut as I pick the carcass apart. Yeah, somebody's lying. I can see the vibes on act. Even he looking compromised. Let's peel the layers back.
So people are getting exposed for taking sides, you know? They're picking a side. So that's what he's saying. They say they're neutral, but they have a side. And this is the thing, is like people always looking for agreement and disagreement because they've already picked a position. You know, it is good or bad. Because I like this, I like that. So whatever this does is good, whatever that does is bad. Being a fan, you know? Alright.
Finally ready to play. Have you ever, let's see, have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? Fake bully, I hate bully. She must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it.
They wish bad for you. Because you're not a good person.
Sorry that I live a boring life. I love peace, but war ready if the world is ready to see you bleed.
Peacefulness is boring. So for people to be entertained, you have to do some drama. So if the world wants some drama, then I'm ready. If it's needed, I will do it. I'll give up my peace if people want me to make drama. Making somebody look bad just for the world.
If you were street smart, then you would have caught that your entourage is only to hustle you. 100 niggas that you got on salary, and 20 of them want you as a casualty. And one of them is actually next to you, and 2 of them is practically tired of your lifestyle. Just don't got the audacity to tell you, but let me tell you some game, cause I can see you, my little homie. You playing dirty with propaganda, he blow up on you. Surround you before you figure that you're not alone. Ask what Mike would do.
People are using you, and I'm trying to help you see that no one really wants to be around you. You will die alone. Be smart. So I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to advise you. I'm trying to help you grow. I'm trying to help you be good. A good person, basically.